First day, I landed up in emergency room. I had an anxiety attack. I started as a cleaner because I had to pay bills, right? You have to survive. My first post took almost 7 hours for me to write, and no one liked it. Just one like, and it was my wife. I think 4 or 5 months ago, I was 50K, and today I'm 162K. If you want to be successful, 3 વર્ષ લાગશે. 3 સાલ लगेगा. 3 years it will take for you to be successful in anything you do.
Hi Pratik, firstly welcome to the chat with champions. Thank you so much you're able to bring out some quality time so that we can discuss about your life, your story, your struggle, your hustles and everything. So thank you so much firstly joining the podcast. In this podcast, uh,
Really, it's a pleasure to be sharing the screen with you, man. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, firstly, I just want to tell you what is the basic concept of this podcast. It's completely candid show. We'll have a free willing chat, a two-way conversation between us about your journey specifically, and mostly the major content in this video is going to be your journey in a LinkedIn specifically. I just want to tell guys who are watching this video that he has got 160,000 plus followers on LinkedIn, which is a huge achievement, and everybody somewhere or the other wants to understand how does that work because it's not a normal thing because you are a best influencer on Israel and one of the top influencers in India. So it's a great achievement. So there must be a strategic plan to how we can achieve that. We'll discuss all about it, but let's start it from very scratch. Very base from where you started because how you associated yourself with the marketing thing. Definitely will come to your the two startups Insidea, Webzoly. Everything we'll discuss about it. The business plan, how did the idea came from, what is the problem they are trying to solve, and I can see the Webzoly in your background, so it's definitely we'll discuss about it. But let's start from very scratch because you started from India. Right? Now currently you're in Israel. So how did this journey? Means if you can sum up in brief, like how was the experience for you?
Firstly, my first day in Israel was like, the challenging time or difficult time of my life. But it is, as we say, beginnings are always difficult. I was raised in Mumbai, India, and growing up with family, friends, and leaving everyone and coming to Israel was like a big decision for me. Now, how did that happen? Why did I choose Israel? Is like a story in itself. Um, so, what I say, an usual answer to everyone who asks me this is I didn't choose Israel, Israel chose me.
Wonderful.
It's because I met my wife when I was in 11th, first year of college in India. It's high school in Israel and in States. So I met her at College Fest, and her name is Nancy. Um, so I thought that she's Christian, and I really didn't care about religion or so. After 3 years, I discovered that she is Jewish.
Okay.
Uh, so she's a Jewish girl born and brought up in Mumbai. But as a Jew, you are, allowed to make aliyah. Aliyah is like a term used for moving forever to Israel. So they have like an citizenship whenever they are born, they can move to Israel. So my wife was working in El Al when we finished our college, and I was into, I think, stock market that time. And she used to travel frequently for training and stuff. So she inspired me that I should seek opportunity. I wanted to move to States, specifically Silicon Valley, because I was very much passionate about entrepreneurship. I thought that there might be a lot to learn if I move to States. But again, my destiny was here in Israel, Silicon Valley of the Middle East. And it's also like, now when I look back, I feel like, so grateful that I made this decision and moved here. Coming back to the difficult part of moving here, uh, again, when you leave your everything, like, your comfort zone, um, it's an untapped thing that you will have a fear of unknown. So leaving relatives, it was chaos, right? First day I landed up in emergency room. uh, I had an anxiety attack. It was middle of the
Okay,
night.
seriously,
uh, yeah. So first day, because I was missing, I was feeling homesick. Just first day.
the first
It's the
day.
mind is, yeah, in
Okay,
first day. The mindset here is like, you're not on vacation, you're moving here forever. So it was very, I never left my parents more than 3 or 4 days. uh, so yeah, it was tough. But it this anxiety attacks and depression was there with me for almost 2 years until I fully recovered and became stronger. But I must admit, people here supported me like along the way. I didn't knew anyone, right? Maybe my wife had few relatives, but we were in different city where they were not. And people who were unknown to me, they had like humanity and they helped us settle here. We found the job we love. Again, that also has a story on how did I find my career path in Israel. I started as a cleaner because I had to pay bills, right? You have to survive. Monthly expense here is like at least 1.5 lakh rupees to pay rent, pay food, other expenses. So how do you survive without having a job? And it's not something that you will get a job in day one. So my wife worked as an waiter in Indian restaurant, and I was working as a cleaner for almost 2 3 months until I was doing freelancing on the side, and then we actually found the first job. So that's the beginning we had. But that makes you stronger when you became independent. You leave your parents, so you come out of comfort zone, and that makes you so strong that you can fight anything ahead of you.
man. Just I was not prepared for this. To be very honest, man. I thought it's going to be a very classy journey, man. Yeah, I thought about it, and then it was fun. It's not at all, man. You had
No,
a
it's not fun. It's not fun. But when I look back, I feel very grateful that this thing happened to me, because I was grew up. I was growing up in Mumbai, but when I was in first grade, I had that memory. I never shared this online. Okay,
okay.
I was 3 years in boarding school because I was like bad child, I would say. Very mischief. Was making my parents crazy, so they put me in a community hostel from grade first to grade fourth. Uh, and that memories, staying away from family had some psychological impact on my brain. And that thing repeated after like almost 15 years or 20 years after I moved here. So that affected me a lot.
Okay.
That's what I think, right? Whenever like this happened, but I think thank God this happened again, and now I'm away from it. So whatever happens for good. That's what I feel.
Okay, man. I don't know. See, this is I didn't know we are gonna go into that track, but I just want to discuss about the anxiety, because in our age, for Gen Z, for millennials, it's very common. People go through anxiety, and people take it like it's just for them, because it is. You should consider it's common. It happens to a lot of people, and you should take it in a very sincere way. So anxiety is like, it could be of any level. It depends on person to person. It depends on what they are going through. For example, for me, I'll tell you what my experience of anxiety is. Uh, See, initially, I used to feel anxious. The basic thought behind handling the anxiety is I used to, like push those kind of thoughts which is coming into my mind. Like, no, no, I don't have to think. No, no, I don't want to think. I don't want to think. But then I listened somewhere that if you're feeling that kind of anxiousness in you, then the best thing you can do is think about it. Whatever the thought is coming into your mind, just keep calm and think about it. Worst it can do is that some there will be one level, there will be a threshold where it will be like, okay, you're done now. Then now after then you start feeling relaxed. But if you like push those thoughts and you like, no, I don't want to think about it, it become more dangerous. So for you, it must be a
Usually,
thought.
your point is absolutely correct. We try to run from it. Usually,
Exactly.
that's the situation. Maybe that's how we are trained by society. Usually, like,
Mm-hmm.
depression is bad, anxiety is bad, and we
Exactly.
try to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
But here, the society is much more adaptable about mental health, which is like a top priority these days. If you're not feeling mentally good, no matter what job you do, you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to put your 100% because you are thinking something else while you're doing something. So yes, try to, like, review what you're feeling, let it feel. Worst case, you will have a bad feeling for a few minutes and it will go
Exactly.
away. There's no
Exactly.
situation in life which will be permanent. There will be bad times, there will be good times, and that's fine. Because before this interview I wasn't feeling well.
Okay.
I was actually have a sinus pain today because of the seasonal allergies I have. It's a spring season now in Israel, but it's a commitment that you committed to something and you have to show up. That's something that will help you achieve success. There will be bad times, there will be good times. You just stay in your path, and whatever end goal you are looking to achieve, it will be achieved if you just keep walking.
Correct. Correct. So yeah, definitely, man. You said it very right that if you want to, like run back from the thoughts which are coming into your mind, then it will be more difficult for you in the coming time. You just have to understand what is the level currently that are you able to handle on your own, or do you need to meet any counselor or something. You should take the action, man. It's just that it's a
Absolutely.
normal, it's a normal. Consider it as something which is a proper illness to your body or mental health or something which matters the most, and you should take a
Yeah,
proper action to it.
absolutely.
Yeah. So let's continue this discussion. Coming to the business part, let's bring the business into the game. How did this
Yeah.
wonderful two businesses come into your life, man? You started very low, and then running these businesses. Firstly, how does this idea come into your mind? How you made the business
Uh,
model? What is all this about?
I didn't do anything. My customers taught me how to do it. I'll
Okay.
explain you how.
Okay.
Uh, I actually, when I started my first business, I think when I was 12, 13.
Mhm.
And so I saw there was a Diwali festival. So I first business, I asked my father for 3,000 rupees. And then I took the carom board and the stool, and we went to, like, wholesale market. We purchased the firecrackers, and we put on the top of the stool and the carom board, and I started selling. So that was
Okay.
my first business. Since then, I did like so many businesses. I don't even remember the count. But it was a learning experience in everything, right? Then I joined my cousin to learn more about garment industry. Then I was into stock market for 3 years. uh, when you are in, like, young age, right, you want to experiment everything that you can do and see what experiences you can gain, and eventually you will find your path. When we are like in 8, 9, 10th, we have a pressure from family, at least in India. Oh, you will go for science, you will go for commerce, you do this, you do that. Why not, like, let him decide what he wants, right? Let him try a few things and let him figure out what is his true passion. You won't know until you try something. There might be somebody who is passionate about, let's say, being a pilot, but when he's actually studying about being a pilot, he feels that it's not for him. So he's wasting his time, he's wasting his money. So that's what I feel. You have to try multiple things before you get started. In terms of what I am doing right now, how I found this business idea, how I started this business. When I came to Israel, I was doing a job in an high tech, and then I grew. I was leading team and heading digital marketing effort for several startups in my career here. And in the side, because I'm a Gujarati, right? And my father has always taught me, and there is a Guju mindset. Okay, what is that mindset? You don't leave one income unless you make another one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So stick with your job, okay, before you have the same revenue from your business. So I started a business and did some consulting on the side, right, after my work hours. It was my first client. Then word of mouth, he recommended to me to someone else and someone else. So my strategy is always, to give the value, maybe exceed the expectation. That's the tagline that I use for my company: exceed the expectation of the customer. Whenever you do that, you get a true recommendation or testimonial from them, right? That helps you gain more customers. So this is the number one strategy that I use to acquire my customers. Okay. Now, as soon as I realized and there was enough revenue in my company, uh, I decided to quit my job and continue this full time. Um, Now, because I was Indian and I had team in India, Mumbai, and it was a cheap labor, okay, compared to what people are paying here. So it was an opportunity for outsourcing. Now, this was realized before even COVID kicked in. Okay, outsourcing was there, but it was majorly in IT sector. What I did specifically in Israel, people were like, there was lack of local talent for sales development or for graphic design, for digital marketing. So I help companies hire local employees in Mumbai. So they are working in my office in Mumbai, and they work for my clients here. So basically, I'm a mediator connecting both dots. This is one aspect on how I started, right? I started with digital marketing. Then my client said they want sales development. So they asked for a service. I created a service. They asked for this service. I created a service. So you don't have a business idea from day one. You start with something, and eventually your customer will say they want this, and you do it. I never said no to my clients. If they say that they want to build a rocket, I'll figure it out.
Okay, great, man. Yeah.
uh, that's how you can grow in your business, or you can build different businesses, or just trying to solve what client has pain, right? That's how I created Webzoly. um, Now, moving forward with Insidea, it's more on like in global level. I want to globalize work market, right? Right now, you basically go to an HR round and they hire you offline. Everything is like, not organized. What I want to do with Insidea, I want to make it as a global market of hiring. So companies and employees can be in the same marketplace, and it's specifically for remote employees. So any company in United States, Israel, UK can hire employees from Philippines, Vietnam, anywhere in the world, India, anywhere in the world they can hire an employee. They will act as their own in-house employees. They will have all of the legal tools that they need to hire in their local currency and HR laws and so on. So this is the idea which is on the global level. Currently, I'm doing that as an agency model, but it's more scalable when we have a platform. So that's something that we are building for Insidea.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So when you talk about that being a Gujarati, I myself also am Gujarati only, so I can relate with you about how do we think and how do we because the
There is
base.
some aspect of Gujarati I would like to add. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure, sure.
So I grew up, my father moved from Gujarat to Mumbai, like I moved from Mumbai to Israel,
Okay.
and he didn't have any experience. He was also not qualified. He was just 10th pass, right?
Hmm.
So he worked in like a spice company
Hmm.
for a few months. He learned, and then he took the spices from the same company and became a trader. Right now,
Okay.
he went to sell spices in different markets in Mumbai,
Hmm.
but there were already competitors. How he would like beat them and enter those stores? So what my father did was offer like what we are doing right now. That was like 20-30 years ago, free trial. He gave the spices for 3-4 months in less than the cost he used to get. So he made some loss initially to get into the doors. So that are the kind of strategies I followed
Wonderful.
in Israel. I made free websites for almost 20, 30 clients when I came here. So
Sweet.
that's how I landed up in my first job. That's the mindset, how Geo conquered the market, giving
Exactly.
like an internet for two
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly, man. Jio is like the revolution to the telecommunication industry itself, man. They gave it,
exactly.
they are like initially have fun. Just have fun,
And
we'll earn it
it's
later.
addiction, addiction.
Yeah, man. See, the basic, the thing is, people have like this kind of mindset about, no, that's a stereotype about Gujaratis that they are all into business. And this is right also. It's not, we can't deny that. We can't deny the fact that we are not into that kind of mindset
Proud to be
because,
Guju, and when people say that, I love it
yeah.
because yes,
Right.
we are proud of it.
Yeah, exactly. There is no lie about it. It's 100% right. We have that kind of mindset. Because the first thing we think about job is this is to learn, so that someday we can start our own business. That is the that is the mindset.
That
Okay,
is the
it's not
one.
about to earn or something. Even if it is to earn, it's to generate the capital so that we can utilize it in running the business. So ultimate
Absolutely,
goal is to run business.
100%.
Ultimate is the business only, obviously. So that
We are
obviously.
we are born to do business.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, for example, I've just finished 4 years in working as a software engineer in a firm, and I was like, enough of it. It's enough, man. Because I already put down my letters. I'm serving notice period right now. I've already started with my business. I've been running this pilot for. It's related to clothing. The name is Founders Attire. I've been running this from last 1 year, so I've been confident enough so that
Wow,
I can start my own. So just Gujarati things.
that sounds interesting. I would love to learn more about this.
Yeah, so it's basically initially I've tested because I didn't had much capital and I wanted to understand what I can do with lesser money. Then I found out there is a service called print on demand where you can tie up with different manufacturer in Coimbatore or in Tirupur and these places the manufacturers are where you can tie up with them. They give the service directly. For example, you become the third party. You bring the orders. They'll use your brand name, your packaging, everything, and they'll stick the logo of your in the T-shirt and they'll send it for you. So now you don't
Yeah,
have to manage the inventory. You need not to keep the stock. You need not to do anything. You just need to create the orders. With that, you'll be able to understand, are you good at marketing or not? Are you able to sell the products or not? When I found out that, yeah, I can get the great revenue, but the net is not that great. Net margin is obviously less because I'm selling one to one. It's not like
yeah.
buying in bulk, selling it to one. So
Mhm.
then I found it now this is the right time I should switch completely to D2C, handle all the inventory by my own, and then create and everything. So that is my plan. Been testing it from last 1 year or something, 1 year or so, and it found out that yeah, I can probably I was good at it. I was able to generate a good amount of revenue. So I thought let's give it a 100%, going full, all in, as we say in cards. So let's
Absolutely.
go
Send
ahead.
me more information after this call.
Definitely, we'll discuss about it. So that is my journey, and currently I am in a state of what should I say? Little bit of anxiety sometimes because I'm about to leave my job. So sometimes I know we are Gujarati, but sometimes that mindset of like job security haunts you because you've been there in that situation from last 4 years. Okay, so you all the time thinking about now from now on it will be not like in the month and you'll get the salary. It's going to be
Yeah, it's completely relatable. It's completely relatable.
it's
I've
going to
been
be
through
a
this.
roller coaster ride and because even if you're very clear about the business model, you've tested it, you know this is the acquisition cost, this is the inventory cost, everything you're clear, and you have a sorted capital for it. But still,
Mhm.
with all caps, you have that key. What if? You have that what if?
Of what if?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
the thing.
think of worst case. What if? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So that creates
Completely.
the anxious thought like what if it goes bad? I have to find another job again. Job, dude. Seriously, I don't want to. So then it pushes us exactly to work more at that.
No,
Even
I think when you start a business, go for there is no option B, and
exactly
automatically you will figure it out.
100%. That is the plan. That's why like I've been testing it for a year and now found out that it will work. 100% it will work. So let's go all
I
in.
wish you all the luck, man. Hope you succeed and succeed
Thank you.
faster.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll share the link everywhere, man. I'll put down in the description. I would, leave any platform to promote my business. This I have like the podcast is a different thing from what I actually do because currently I'm handling three things. Okay, business is going on, podcast is going on, and I'm also working as a software engineer and a farmer. Still, I have like 50 days of notice period to serve. So currently, I'm like my mind is split into three different dimensions. So definitely, I won't leave any place to promote my business. I'll share with you also. So let's come back to the main important part which we discussed that it's going to be LinkedIn. So let's discuss about the LinkedIn. How this came, man. Now I'm more excited because the journey is amazing, man. So how does this LinkedIn
When
came
I
up?
hear LinkedIn, I just wake up.
Okay.
It's something that I'm passionate of. It's everywhere on my desk. When you do something with passion, it brings you incredible results. I
Lovely.
realized that approximately 800 days ago, uh, I decided I watched a video, okay, and usually people watch motivational videos, and I was like, that day very depressed, and like I said, like I need to do something with getting more clients and getting the because I really understood the personal brand is so important to get the business these days, right? If you
Mhm.
don't have the personal brand, eventually you will suffer competition, and once you have the personal brand, competition is irrelevant. So how do
100%.
you make competition irrelevant? My audience was on LinkedIn. My audience was not on Facebook, not on Instagram, and not on Twitter. There might be some people, I'm not saying not, but the mindset when people go to Facebook or Instagram is different than they come to LinkedIn. So I said, why not do something with LinkedIn and create a reputation here so that I don't need to go for marketing my products or services. It will sell itself. So I
Wonderful.
took a challenge that I will be posting for 1,000 days consistently. No sick days, no Sundays, nothing. Like, no matter what, unless I die. Okay. Even though if I die, my wife will post for me. That's the kind of promise and commitment I
Okay.
made to myself.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. But, my first post took almost 7 hours for me to write, and no one liked it. Just one like, and it was my wife. Uh, that is the kind of journey you can expect, and it didn't. There was no magic happening for almost 100 days, 120 days, 150 days. I was about to like kind of give up. There was only like few people were liking my post or commenting, and then because I was doing, there was a mistake I was doing. I was a marketer, I was into digital marketing, and I was posting about digital marketing, right? That what usually people will do. Now I said like I need to change my strategy, because being a marketer, what number one skill you have is optimization. You evaluate your data. If something is not working out, you need to optimize. So I looked, what is my USP? I am an Indian sitting in Israel. I am into startup industry. I love entrepreneurship. I love startups. I love technology. Why not I promote Israeli tech to the world? So I started posting about Israeli technology startups. Some of the incredible products or innovations came from here. And after like 160 something days, my post went viral. I got approximately 5 million views in that post, and that same day almost 15,000 followers in one day. So after like few months of hard work, there was one win.
Mm.
So I was like pumped up automatically. Once you get to that
Mhm.
stage, you taste that success,
Mm.
you figure things out. You know what is working, you know what's not working, you understand algorithm better. So after that, my journey started. I think 4 or 5 months ago I was 50K, and today I'm 162K. So
Wonderful, man.
50K was very hard, okay,
Mm.
but 50K to 150K was like very fast, very very fast. Once you build that reputation initially, it is much easier. But number one secret that is with LinkedIn or any other platform or anything you do in life is one thing, and it's simple rule: consistency. Okay.
I was expecting that.
People know this, okay,
Hmm.
but at Sunday I'm bored. I don't want to do this. I want to go out on a date. I don't want to do this now.
Hmm.
I spend like 4 hours a day on LinkedIn every day. I didn't take a break for last 800 days, something maybe more. I'm just giving a rough number, but that's the commitment you need to give to any platform you want to succeed. I think I would have been more successful, maybe million follower, uh, if I would have given this full time. But I had a business to manage, right? So I have to allocate some time to work on LinkedIn, also on my business, so that I can keep a balance. But I can, like, say one thing. What LinkedIn has gave me is, uh, the customers are coming to me now without even me marketing, doing ads, doing social media, anything, right? It's just my personal brand, my personal reputation, that gives, when I message someone, I get a response for sure, because they visit my profile, they see that I'm authority in the space, and automatically it works for me. So you need to understand, first thing with LinkedIn, if you want to find clients, this is the platform for you, for at least for B2B market. And one thing which worked for me was consistency. Again, consistency alone won't help. Consistency is in different factors. Okay, consistently posting, consistently improving, that is the number one important part of consistency. If you don't improve, or if you don't optimize what you've been posting, let's say I posted something yesterday and I got less likes and less engagement, why it didn't work? What was the subject line? So I have a tool that I use, which is Shield app, which helps me analyze the content, and I can see what is the engagement rate on that specific post. So you evaluate the data. Because I'm digital marketer, it's much more easier for me to do this. But you can also learn if you are into different niche or industry. That's a secret that I have to share. I'm also like doing a free workshop with Nas Daily. This will be announced soon, about LinkedIn. So people who are interested in watching this, I'll be helping with this free LinkedIn masterclass. Connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll make an announcement soon once we have the date final. Um, yeah.
1,000 days, man, which you have initially said that you're committed for 1,000 days, you are going to regularly post about some or the other content, you keep on analyzing it to make it better and better, and you're using certain apps because, but in fact, 1,000 days commitment itself is a big commitment, man. You can't, not everybody can do it, but if you like, is it a shorter way out? Means like for like 100 days, 200 days, 300 days for somebody who wants to, who's not that consistent guy who can do that.
If
Like,
you, okay, look, I'll explain you something. If you
okay.
do 100 days, you can do 1000 days. There will be a habit for you already. And if you don't do it after
Okay.
100 days, you feel something is missing out on your day. Why 1000 days? Why specifically I choose that number? Why not 500? Why not 100?
Mhm.
Because my father taught me one thing. If you want to be successful, 3 વર્ષ लागશે. 3 साल लगेगा. 3 years it will take for you to be successful in anything you do. So in that way, because in any business also, let's say you have a startup, right?
Mhm.
And it's not generating revenue in first year, second year, third year, you have to give 3 years at least to make an impact. And at least if you give up in 1 year in your startup also, then you are doing something wrong. Because if you're not consistent or stable with something,
Mhm.
then why would people trust you in first place?
Mhm.
And the mindset of people who wants to do like LinkedIn posts, their goal is like, I want followers. Okay, I want to become big.
Mhm.
Why would you think that people should follow you in first place? What are you doing something different from the crowd that
mm,
will attract them? People should feel that this guy is doing something exceptional, which is something very, very hard to do. He's
mm,
putting his soul out, he's adding value, and
mm,
that's how, like, people will follow you. And people have doubt, why will this work?
mm.
Will people follow me? If you're not your biggest fan, why would you think that people will be your fan? Uh, be
Wonderful.
your fan first, and automatically crowd will follow.
Mm,
And people try to portray that they are not right now. When they post something and they post some video, they're not authentic, they're not real.
mm,
They, like, they are very they, when they speak also, they are very calm, and they try to be very nice.
mm.
No, you have to be normal, you have to speak your
Connect.
soul out. That's how you will connect. You have to build the repo that people need, right?
Mm,
And that's what helped me, and that's why I choose 1000 days specifically
mm.
for my journey. But I don't think I'm stopping anywhere soon. Maybe I'll continue this for my life.
Wonderful, man. So that is the game. That is the game. If somebody wants to create an influence on LinkedIn, you have to be consistent, because it works everywhere. And consistency is the key to any success. Man, it's not just about LinkedIn or any social media or business.
Yeah.
It's like even if you're consistent for anything, you can
Mhm.
achieve a great success on it. Definitely, man. So
Also, you can put on a weight if you're consistently eating bad stuff.
wonderful, man. That's what it is, man. Whatever you do consistently, you're gonna get that. Just do it consistently. Apart from consistency, you just need to work on what the content you're putting out, the response you're getting. How can you make it better and better and better? And I don't think this is something anybody, everybody focus on that. Means if you're consistently putting the content, definitely you'll look into it. What I can do to make it better. That is what it is. But I think the biggest task is to start posting it in the initial
Yeah,
time, because you
like,
initially don't get
again,
response.
like, let's say if somebody is watching this, at least if one person is watching this
Sure.
and he's inspired by my journey,
Hmm.
I would suggest by end of this video, make a challenge with yourself, okay, and announce to the world, make everyone accountable.
Hmm.
That's what I did with LinkedIn. I said, like, I announced to the world that I will post for 1000 days. So I made everyone accountable in my network, and they know why I am successful today, who are very close to me in my network. They knew from day one that I'm doing this. So I made them accountable. So if I go back, I'll have friends, I'll have a network, and I have a reputation to maintain my word that I said online.
Hmm.
To keep that, initially, that's what motivated me.
You got it.
So after you are successful, like, you have that energy, but
Hmm.
you need that initial energy
Hmm.
and that fear of what people will say, and
Hmm.
that will push you initially. So yes, go for it. Start, or you won't, like, if you don't start a journey, you won't reach your
Hmm.
destination.
It's basically like that. For example, if I can like put an analogy on the YouTube terms, initially, like if you see the data, 90% of the YouTubers who start posting on YouTube leaves in the very early stage, because there is no monetizing option for them until unless you
Yeah.
cross that 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. But it takes time. You have to consistently post it. You have to create content. You have to post it regularly, because and if you see, then after getting monetized, your monetizing enabled, then you see the people leaving the YouTube is like very less, hardly 4 to 5%, because you get the motivation, you started getting money. Like at the
Yeah.
22nd or 23rd, like something of that day, YouTube actually sends the money. Once you get that money gets credited in your account, then that's a different motivation that comes later. But now you have to be consistent about, and plus the positive approach, definitely that someday you're gonna crack it. But plus, just want to add something to it. Just sorry, just a second. Something someone there.
No worries.
Just wanted to ask the final question about LinkedIn. The thing is, how often do you post in it initially? Let's go for the very initial set. How often did you post? Like one post, two posts, or what it depends on. If you can share some insights on the algorithm of LinkedIn, how does it actually work?
So, firstly, what I do, when I started my journey, I was posting once a day. And today I'm posting anywhere between 3 times to 5 times.
Okay.
Uh, because if you see any influencer, that influencer is not posting once a day, it's posting more. That I realized, I think, very late. And that's why I said, like, jump from 50 to 150K was a bit faster because more content was being posted on my profile
Mm-hmm.
uh, than previous. So the chances, so not each and every post goes viral, right? My average post likes are anywhere between 500 to 1500, and viral posts can be from 10K to 50K. There are posts which did 100,000 K likes. Um, and to date, we have over 150 million views on my post.
Wonderful.
Uh, Now, how you can start? I would suggest you to be consistent and post at least once a day. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what something you can do to start. And then once you build momentum and you feel very confident in finding content, writing content, start with twice a day. Now people will ask me what time I should post. So I personally feel there is no timing for post. People say morning time is good, evening time is good, Tuesday is better, Wednesday is better. I understand as a digital marketer, when I was starting, I tried to, like, do all of this research and blah, blah, blah. But what I feel, if you have a good content which has a capacity of share, okay, for example, if I post something in middle of the night, no matter if only 100 people will see, but out of that 100, four will share, that means that content is good, and next day also it will go viral. Doesn't matter the time. So it's all about your content, it's not timing. And also it's a reputation, like, when why my post goes viral, because there are followers who are constantly following me, and every whenever I do a post, they get notified, right? So they want to see what I posted today, and they engage with me because I built that trust and repo to have that engagement. So if you're starting out and people don't know you, don't expect that it will go viral. It takes time. People should know you first, and then they will like you. How do you start? You start with liking and commenting on people who are influencers in your niche, and automatically they will also do the same, and they will return the favor. So you initially, you will have that initial engagement, and then automatically others people will like you and share with you, or they'll comment on your post.
Wonderful.
That's how it works. It's a lot of work, but I think at the end of the day, you'll feel very good after, like, a few months of dedicated work, and you'll see the results will be incredible.
Great. Like if we can sum up all this thing, I feel like the topmost priority will be consistency. Definitely, you have to post consistently. One post a day, two posts a day, doesn't matter much. Initial time. Once you get the idea of what is working, what is not, then you can increase those kind of content more. That this kind of content is getting more response and something of that sort. And then second comes is basically all the time you have to work on like what like for example as you've said that this content didn't work, get lesser like, then you work on the subject line or the topic about it. Why didn't work? Was it not relevant to my audience? Or what should I post more often? Or how should I like divide my post? Like sometimes you, because I've been following you from long time, that is the reason why I approached you. You all the time, you sometimes post the polls and all this thing. So that is also
Make
a
it
different game.
relatable, make it broad, and there's number one thing that I care of when I create a post: is it shareable? Will people share this post?
Okay.
That's what will give virality, right? If your content is not viral, why would people share an post it's about you? If you say that I was interviewed, blah blah blah, nobody will share that. But if you share something which relates to them, you talk about them, their pain point,
Mm.
you share like amazing, incredible technology, automatically this will go viral.
Need to understand your audience. Basically, you're watching your post that what they want to hear from you. So that's
Yeah.
how you make the better content. Thank you so much, Pratik, for joining the show. It was wonderful talking to you, man. It was fun. We got a lot of information from you. Definitely, people should work on. And I just said that people have to take the oath by the end of this video that we'll start posting on LinkedIn. I hope people do it and become more consistent and stop the attitude of procrastinating. So thank you so much, Pratik. So in the end, if you would like to share some, like, would you like the experience of being a part of the show? How was it?
Thank you, Nidesh. It was really pleasure to be part of the show, and I really wish you best of luck for your startup. And if somebody is having difficulty in LinkedIn, feel free to message me on LinkedIn and see. I'll see how I can help you with your specific problem, and I respond to each and every messages I have. So, thank you everyone for watching this, and much appreciated.
Thank you, Pratik. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, guys, that's all from this video. I hope you got a lot of information about LinkedIn from the master himself, because he got a 150,000 plus follower in LinkedIn. So who better than him to say the core strategy of? So it's all about consistency. So I hope you guys start your LinkedIn career right today after watching this video. So thank you so much for watching. If you're watching till now, I mean, definitely are enjoying this video. So you have to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Share with your friends who wants to become an influencer on LinkedIn or any social media platform. It works everywhere. It's the basic key. So you have to, or maybe if you have some doubts, if you want to ask something to Pratik, if you're too busy enough to reply in your DMs, you can comment it down in this video. I'll take an extra step to connect with, ask him and get back to you on the comments. Thank you so much, guys. It was wonderful. I love it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.